Hello everybody and happy Monday. It's Amanda again. I wanted to make a video today on the 5 best yoga poses that I like to do for tight hips and lower back pain. I know this is a common issue for a lot of people. A lot of us are sitting a lot and that can cause our hips to be tight, as well as our posture isn't always good, so then we'll get that lower back pain. So these are some yoga poses that I like to do to help alleviate those issues. So we'll start with child's pose, and hopefully you're able to see me, and either you can do them along with me or just keep them in the back of your mind on poses that you can do later on when you do have a mat available to you. I want to make sure that you're able to see me. All you'll need today is a yoga mat if you have one. Otherwise, you can use a towel as well. So child's pose. You can bring your knees as wide as your mat. And then we'll just bring our hips back. You can bring your arms forward. Stretch out. Stretch this all the way out. Or you can bring your knees together. You can do what's called embryo pose. You can have your arms behind you and just be in a little ball, kind of round that back. I personally like to have my knees wide and arms out in front of me. It's such a good stretch. You can sink a little bit deeper as you're breathing. And I like to do each pose for about a minute. So think about doing maybe 8 breaths per pose. Good, let's do one more breath. Okay, let's come up next to our next pose, cat-cow. I'm sure you may have heard of this pose if you've done a yoga class before. So you want to be on all fours, hands and knees. Your knees are about as wide as your hips. So hips are squared, knees right in line. When you look in between your legs, you shouldn't see your feet. So you want to make sure that your feet are straight back, not out like this or too close together. And your your wrists are right below your shoulders. So you don't want to be out like this. You want to be right underneath our shoulders. We're just going to do, inhale, arch your back, look up. And exhale, roll the spine, press away from the ground. That's cat. Really around that back. Inhale, tailbone comes up. Exhale, tuck your tailbone. Again, taking about 8 breaths. Release any of that tension in your back or your neck. Letting your neck fall. Feel any tension in your shoulders. So we're doing cow, making sure that we're not scrunched like this. We're creating space between our shoulder and our chin. Okay, let's do 2 more, cat-cow. Oh, that feels so good. Next, we'll do a low lunge. So we're going to come up and do to our knees. Let's just bring our right knee out. Again, 90-degree angle for that front knee. All we're gonna do is just sink into that. Really good for the hips. If that's a little bit too hard, you can just stay here and just do a slight dip. Otherwise, see as you get more warmed up if you can go a little bit deeper. So for our inhale, lengthening, and exhale, dip a little bit deeper. Looking at the arms. Let's switch. So left leg comes forward. Again, same thing. 90-degree angle with my knee. Let's just bring that forward. Hinge those hips forward. Again, making sure this knee isn't going too far past your ankle. If it is, then just inch your foot out just a little bit. Bring those arms up. One more breath. Good, and release. We're actually going to come seated on our mat. Come down to our backs. Bring our knees to our chest. Knees to chest. All the way down. And what we're going to do is just rotate our knees. First, we're going to do it clockwise. This is really good for the lower back, release any tension. So you can rest your head. Just rotate those knees. 10 rotations one way, and then 10 the other way. Going as slow as you need to. And let's rotate the other way. Feeling that you're back against your mat. Get a little massage on your lower back when we do this. All right, good. Now we're going to do something called Happy Baby. So we're going to grab the outer edges of our feet. This might feel a little bit awkward at first, but it's really good for the hips. And all you're going to do is just rock side to side. Keep breathing. Yoga is supposed to be a fun activity. This is just a reminder, a good pose to remind us just to have fun. Good. You can bring your knees back down. Okay. Our last pose that we're going to do is called Malasana. This is a yogi squat. Now, this might help if you have either a chair or something that you can squat down onto that's going to give you more of a range of motion. So, I have yoga block, but you can also use something that's you can sit on. Maybe you have like I have this old chest here. I really like it. Anyway, so you can use that to sit on. All we're gonna do, our feet are gonna be wide, a little bit wider than shoulder width. We're just gonna squat down onto that block or that chest, or even your couch sometimes if it's lower than your chair. You can squat down on your couch. I'm gonna use, again, that yoga block. And these are pretty cheap on Amazon or several, Walmart has them. They're just a couple bucks. They're really good to have for a lot of different yoga moves. So I'm going to use it up and down. I'm just gonna squat down. Actually make it a little bit lower. So even further down. If this is too difficult, you can always, again, you don't need to squat down all the way, because this is obviously to stretch those hips and not to injure you at all. But if you're here, good, keeping that back straight. We don't want to be hunched over. Back is straight. Our elbows come to our knees. They kind of press into our knees to really open up our hips. You can bring your hands to heart center. Now, this is a pretty advanced move, so if you're not here yet, that's fine. This is just to open up our hips. Again, this might be a pose that you're not able to hold for a minute, and that's okay too. Let's do one more breath. And release. Well, I hope you enjoyed those poses. That was actually 6 poses. I think I said there was 5. That was actually 6 poses. Those are the poses that I like to do to really help with the low back and opening up our hips. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.